And comment, please. The more comments, the more shares. We just want everybody to know about us. And I'm here with wonderful Richard Wjzz from the Hannon Center. We are so excited. And the co-host, Clebri, who's usually here, she is here, but she's behind the scenes playing with the camera.
Hello!
So welcome, everybody. Welcome. So this is Richard Wjzz, and we are in the beautiful Hannon Center. So Richard, I'm going to start with a question. Tell me a little bit about yourself and about the K-Rock Gallery.
Okay, so like you said, my name is Richard Wjzz, and I am the Director of Arts and Culture at the Hannon Center. That involves running the K-Rock Gallery. The K-Rock Gallery has been in existence since 1995, and but just in the last couple of years, we totally remodeled the gallery. It used to be, we remodeled it to twice the space that it was. It used to be almost like a large conference room, and now it's just a spectacular gallery located on Woodward, 4750 Woodward, just a block and a half south of the DIA.
And so tell us a little bit about Richard, like your history.
Oh,
and kind of just tell us kind of how you just, your beginnings.
Okay, so I'll start from the beginning.
He was born.
Oh, not that far back.
Not that far back.
So I do kind of have an interesting story in that I actually have a degree in mechanical engineering. And you think that mechanical engineering, art, they don't really go together, but I think they definitely do. I've always kind of approached art in a kind of a technical way. I grew up, I just always loved math, and I look at things in terms of math. So when I went to college, I decided I wanted to get a degree in mechanical engineering, and I actually worked as a mechanical engineer for the auto industry for about 20 years. But I always kind of did art. No matter what, I always, all my projects always seemed to have an art flair to it and everything. And finally, after about 20 years, I thought, I really want to do something in art. So I resigned from being a mechanical engineer, and then I went to film school.
Tell them where you went to film school.
Yeah. I went to the Motion Picture Institute of Michigan, which is located in Troy, Michigan. It's an immersive, hands-on experience at that school, and it was just really interesting. It was kind of the highlight of the time when the movie industry was trying to get established in Michigan, and I graduated and kind of worked in the industry for just a little bit, but I mostly did my own projects. When I graduated from school, I found a person who had a script, and he wanted a director, so he asked me to direct his movie. So my first thing out of school, I directed a feature-length movie.
What was the movie?
It was called Perception, the letter.
Okay.
You've probably never heard of it. It didn't really get distributed.
You didn't go to Hollywood.
But we did it. I mean,
cool.
just if you've ever worked on a movie or been in a movie, just the idea of doing it and the process of doing it and everything that you have to do to make a movie cohesive, it's such an experience and so worth it. Every movie is really great just because of the process it took to go through. But it was fun. We shot the movie in about 3 months and had actors and several locations and everything. The film kind of had an Indian theme to it, meaning India for India. So it was kind of about a group of people, or a couple of guys from India who were best friends in India, and one had to move to the United States and one stayed back. And the movie was really about what happened when they met back in the United States. So it's really
like a cool movie. It was really a cool movie. And then what did you do?
So then after that, I kind of worked on several projects just on my own. Also another hobby of mine is that I'm a master gardener. I took the Master Gardener program from the Michigan Extension Service thing, and I just love gardening. I have a huge garden in my house, but I also have worked on other gardens. I used to have a garden at the Detroit Zoo that I kept.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Wow.
It's not that way now, but it used to be all the gardens at the zoo were volunteer gardens. Volunteers took care of them. I think now they are kind of going away from that, but it was such a fun experience. One cool thing about that is when you were volunteer at the zoo, you can go to the zoo early in the morning before anybody else is there.
That must have been a really fun experience.
It was, because all the animals are awake and alive, and it's cooler, and it's just
So do you give tours of your garden at your house?
I do. That's every once in a while. Sometimes I just kind of like to sit in my own garden and chill and just be in my space because it's a very peaceful space.
That's very, very neat. So, okay, so master gardener.
So after that,
yes.
so I did the master gardener thing, after, so I created videos about things like rain gardens and how to take care of lawn and everything for the Southwest Oakland County Water Authority. There was a grant and I worked with a couple people, and so I actually created these. And actually, you can still go to their website and see the videos I made of those. They're very informative. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then also, after kind of working with film for a little bit, the film industry kind of dried up in Michigan a little bit. So
Right.
I became an after-school science teacher. I taught science proper to kids, and that was really kind of fun.
You'd have been a fun teacher, I think. You'd have been a really fun teacher.
And then I taught math.
I started a special math program to kids. I was teaching elementary school kids principles of calculus and algebra, which was a really kind of exciting thing to do. It was a program called Project Seed. I'm sure some people out there have heard of it, but it was really, really a fun experience.
Is the program still going on?
The program is right now they're trying to get it started back again. Some of the funding was lost, so the person who runs it is trying to get it going again because with the new administration and stuff, it's kind of hard to get back in. But they're working on it. But it's a really good program, and kids really, really enjoy it.
That's really cool. I might have to go join up for that program because I could never do any of that kind of math. That's very, very cool.
So then after that, after the math, I was down for like the summer because that's what teachers do. They're off on the summer. A friend of mine was starting to show symptoms of dementia, so I became a caregiver for my friend with dementia. And I didn't know that was just leading me to on this path and this journey. But I learned a lot about the dementia process. I became just almost a total caregiver for this person. I, ended up becoming a financial person, their person that took them to the grocery store and everything. And just for over a year, I took care of this person until it was to the point where he really needed to be. His family lives in the Midland area. He needed to be moved up there, so he was moved up there, and then I was just kind of out of a job for a little while. I was kind of working on my art projects and everything.
So what were some of your art projects?
But it allowed me to find this position at the Hannon Center. I was just kind of breezing Facebook one day, and a friend of mine posted that they were leaving the position at Hannon Center. And they said what the duties were for this wonderful position of the Director of Arts and Culture, and I thought, I think I can do this position. And so I applied and heard back within days that they wanted to at least interview me, and I was like, okay, I think I can do it. And
that's so exciting.
There was a series of all these little coincidental things that happened that just they gave me the feeling that I was going to get this job, and I ended up getting the job. And that was about a little bit over 2 years ago, and I've never looked back. I love this job so much. It's like been kind of everyone says I'm the perfect.
He is the perfect person. I thought you were here forever. I mean, I really did. I thought you've always been part of the Hannon Center. Nope. I didn't realize it's such a great, vast,
It's only been 2.5 years.
Well, we love you. We're so glad you're here. That is so cool. So, okay, so what were you doing before? What kind of art do you do? What kind of art do you do?
So my art is when I have time to do art, that's the thing. Right now, the Hannon Center kind of takes up a lot of time.
Right.
But I call myself a pastel artist. I love doing pastel portraits. That's what I like doing the most. But I also do photography, and I dabble in just almost any kind of creative adventures. I like doing flower arrangements. I like doing setups and decoration. I just like being involved with the artist community, and I really like helping to promote others' art a lot too. So that's another reason why I think that this job at the Hannon Center has been really great.
He's a great resource. Like we came to him and we asked him questions, and he's a really great person to give us critiquing and everything like that. You know, it's like, well, I don't like this. What do you think? So it's like really great to bounce ideas off of him. You know, so I'd say you're a really great resource too.
Thank you. The secret is I fake it a lot.
That's right. He makes it till we make it. But I love it. I love it. Very cool. So, okay, now my other question is, what made you open, like Hannon Center, what made you open the K-Rock Gallery?
So really, I didn't open the K-Rock Gallery. The K-Rock Gallery, like I said, has been here since 1995. In fact, a lot of people don't know this, but the Hannon Center is almost 100 years old. We're getting ready to celebrate our 100th anniversary.
Really? What is that?
I think it's next year.
So we're gonna have a great big party.
Yeah, so there'll be another time to party.
I love it. We partied on Saturday. It was great.
And we know how to party at the Hannon Center.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. It was great. What did we have? Margaritas? Well, we had margaritas, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, they were the best. They were the best. I think I had the coconut something. I could have just give me the whole gallon. It was so good. Then we had music in the back and stuff like that.
Yeah, we had a good. It was a 3-day. What we did last week was we had a 3-day event. It was our grant. We called it our grand reopening or Summerfest, and we had a ribbon cutting day on Thursday. On Friday, we had kind of a special private event opening the Emerge Festival. So it was kind of a sneak preview. And then on Saturday, it was open to everybody. And everybody came out, and everybody seemed to have a really good time.
Yes, and we also were here with the Art Summit, Light Art, and thank you to Richard and the K-Rock Gallery. And it was a tremendous success. And we're going to be having more summits about art and everything like that. We're so blessed to be here. It was such a great event. Then we had Dorothy Jen Carter reading her amazing book. So it was just, the energy here was so, I mean, you could just feel it with all the artists and all the people here. Everybody's excited and happy, and
Yes.
really.
Yeah, speaking of Dorothy J. Carter, her book is called Kente called an Apricot Brandy. If you guys should definitely read that book. It was amazing. A wonderful, wonderful book. I was privileged in that it was a pre-reader before the book ever came out, so I got to have an endorsement on the inside cover of her book, and it was amazing.
It's an amazing book. It's amazing. I've known Dorothy before her husband passed away. I had the honor of knowing him for a long time. And the story, when she started writing on Facebook, and I'm like, God, Dorothy, and it's like, I mean, 'cause I don't write. I mean, I'm the worst writer in town, but reading them, it just, I couldn't wait for her to come up with
Yeah, I immediately emailed her or texted her on Facebook and said, "You got to write a book. You got to write a book."
Yes.
And I think a lot of people
They
did that.
did. So she was amazing. So is it time for us to take a break, Miss Calibri? No? Okay. So we can talk some more. All right. So tell us more about the Emerge. What is Emerge?
Okay.
Okay. We're ahead of ourselves.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
That's okay, we'll give a teaser.
It's
A teaser for after the break.
We're
Go
going
ahead.
to tease it. We're going to take a fast break.
No.
Oh, we're good? Okay.
Give us a teaser, please.
Okay, this is the teaser. All right. Just give us a little.
Okay, I'll give you a little teaser.
Just a little teaser.
So, Emerge is an annual competition at the K-Rock Gallery for artists 55 and older.
Yes. It's an amazing event. You know, I think you have more artists than you did last year.
Yeah, each year we've gotten a little bit bigger. This is our 3rd year having the contest, and this year is our biggest year, and I'm really excited about it. In fact, I'm really excited. The one thing I'm really excited is because this is our first year where we got to have the whole event in our newly remodeled K-Rock Gallery
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Before the gallery was under construction for 2 years. So when I first came in here, this gallery was just dust. I would come in every day and I would look and see these kind of empty walls, and they were still under construction, and they kept saying, it's going to be fabulous, it's going to be fabulous. And I said, after about a year or so, I was like, yeah, right. But they were right.
They were right. They are right. They are absolutely right. So, yeah. Okay, guess what, guys? It's break time! Yeah. So I just want to say we're here with Wjzz Cool TV. Get down and dirty talking art. I am Debbie Labelle. This is Richard Reeves, and we have Halperin, my co-host. She is behind the scenes today, and she's giving me notes, holding it up, telling me what to do. I just want to thank everybody to watch us on Facebook Live, Twitch, what is it also? Twitter, and Facebook and YouTube. And please like, share, and comment, and share. This is Getting Down and Dirty Talking Art. So we're here, we're excited to be here, and so we're now on our next little quarter here. So, okay, now we can talk
a bit about Emerge, the current.
Yeah, so I want to talk just about Emerge and all the amazing artists. Okay, how many artists would you say are actually in this amazing event? Would you say?
There's about 64 artists, and the way the competition was is that we allowed artists to submit up to 2 pieces of artwork. Yeah. So they had the option of submitting 1 or 2. So we ended up getting with about 115 pieces of artwork in the show.
Wow, that is really cool. And I got to say, I have 2 pieces. So here it goes. It is an amazing collection from, you say, abstract to portraits to what other kind of we have photography.
There's photography. There's almost everything, and the diversity of all the different pieces is just so. It's such a great sampling of what the artists are creating in Detroit today.
Yes.
And it's such great that these artists are all 55 and over. I mean, it's not always that way that you can gather a group of artists that are in that same age group. So.
What would you say our oldest artist is? Do you have any idea?
What's that again?
What would be our oldest artist?
I know there's an artist that's at least 84 years old.
That is so cool.
It is.
That is so cool.
It is.
Oh, and to keep being able to create and just develop art in some way, that is just like, we'll give you a little tour of some of the things.
In fact, this artist has probably one of the largest pieces in the show.
I love it.
You know, there's a tall woman when you walk into the thing, that artist.
Oh, we'll have to show them that. Wow, that is really, so is she a painter or?
It's a he,
It's a he.
He's a painter, yes.
Wow.
It's a beautiful piece.
Now, is he in oil or in acrylic?
It's oil.
And in oil, it's
It's all oil and
Can
canvas.
you talk about oil? You know what's the difference between oil and acrylic?
Well, you know, oil and acrylic. Acrylic is kind of more, it's a water-based solvent type paint, and oil is, of course, oil-based.
Does oil take longer?
And people ask why one would use one over the other. Well, a lot of people like the qualities of acrylic because it's fast drying, so you can work quickly with it and everything. Whereas oil, when you're painting with oil, you have to take your time. You got to wait for layers to dry before you can put layers on top of each other and everything. But the colors are so vibrant with oil.
So oils have more of the vibrance in the color.
Yeah. And there's oil paintings that have been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. Oil is forever.
How does an acrylic paint last as long as oil? I don't know. I mean, I don't know the experience.
Yeah, I think that acrylic can last long, but I think oil is definitely.
It's just the ones that are just the soul of the DIA and stuff like that. It's very cool. So,
does that make an impact or difference on the type of pieces that you select, whether it's oil or acrylic?
does that make an impact on the different kind of pieces that you would collect?
That I would
select
for the gallery.
Oh, for the gallery? Not really. I think that I think for me personally, I think that I let artists choose what they like, what medium and things that they like to work on.
That's cool.
I think, to me, the Hand and Care Gallery is kind of a different type of gallery than your normal average gallery. For me, it's a welcoming gallery. I think I welcome all kinds and all levels of artists. I'm not necessarily looking for the next Grandma Moses, but if she came in, I sure would let her her post.
Right.
And I just want to show the great talents of artists, especially artists who are in that 55 and older category, because Hannon Center is actually a senior center that.
Let's tell us a little bit about that.
It's a senior center that caters to seniors, and we really try to help seniors live their best life. We want seniors to try to. I mean, one idea that everybody has is they want to live in their house for as long as they can. So we have a social work department that helps by providing services and directing them to services that will actually let seniors live for as long as they can their best life.
That is really a great thing. So talk more about what goes on here.
We have one of the really things that we're really proud of is we have a 4th floor daycare center. It's called Daybreak, and it's not for little kids. It's for dementia patients, dementia and Alzheimer's patients. It's a center where a caregiver can bring their loved one or a patient to drop them off so that the caregiver can have a little break during the day. Because if you've ever been around someone with dementia, it's a really tough life. You're working with someone who is just not like they were when you were growing up with them and knew them. So there's a lot of attention that they need. Well, they can bring them to our Daybreak program, and we have programming there that just helps them. We have art therapy classes for them. We have music therapy classes for them. They have exercise classes. They get meals, and they just get a lot of attention and constant care.
How do they do? Do they take to the music? Do they take to the art?
It all depends on the person. For the most part, we see lots of improvement. But usually people with dementia are not going to get 100% better.
No,
But you can slow the process down.
Right.
And the things we do are proven to help them to at least cope. It also gives the caregivers some ideas of things that they can do and take with them and take home with them.
Well, that's a good idea. Has any of the dementia pain, like in the arts, has anybody developed, done something, like dementia, like anything really cool in art? I'm just wondering if they
we always have really cool art projects.
I mean, has anybody developed? I mean, like one of the dementia patients is a really unique thing that maybe you would want to show in the center or something.
Yes, like I said, we have projects that they've worked on, because they've worked with art therapists and stuff.
Right.
But more so, I mean, just because they have dementia doesn't mean, if they were artists before, most of the time they
can still do their art. That is it. I didn't know
we
that.
had a patient recently that was a piano player, and she would always perform for everyone.
I didn't know that. That's very, very cool. That'd be kind of cool if we had a little dementia art, thing. That's very.
In fact, my last exhibit here was called Caregiving.
Yes, that was very. You want to talk a little about that?
Yes.
It's so powerful.
So the caregiver, the exhibit was I specifically curated that exhibit to kind of honor our 4th floor.
Yes,
We had a whole section on dementia, but we also, I was originally, when I thought about doing that exhibit, the whole thing was going to be on dementia. And it was, to me, it was too much of a little bit of a downer, so I decided to make it about total caregiving. And so I added all different aspects of caregiving and brought in dementia, I brought in just people who take care of their elderly parents. I had grandparents raising grandkids. And there's all kinds of things. It was my idea that there's so many people who are caregivers that they just do it because they love They love their loved ones, but they're really caregivers. I mean, nurses aren't the only people who are caregivers.
Right. The
And I wanted to just kind of highlight all the different
The
aspects.
one thing that I really remember was when it was just hit me because I know her was Cat Duff's.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
shit was big money. It was like,
Yeah, Kat Duff had she was the original person who got me going. Her display was, her husband was someone who had Alzheimer's and dementia.
yes.
And while she was his caregiver, she created about 13, 14, 15 pieces of artwork that showed all the different stages of dementia. It was very powerful.
You kind of call it painting from the gut.
Yeah.
Painting from, that's, yeah. I didn't know that she painted those during the time when her husband was, I seen this. It actually gave me chills.
Yes.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And there were some other ones that were just, wow.
Yeah, one of the there were like photographs in here. One of
Yes.
them, and also there's poetry. And the other thing I tried to do was I always try to with my exhibits try to tell the stories of the artwork. So I always like my labels on the artwork to also tell a little bit about the artist. So in the caregiver exhibit, there were also stories that went along. So as you went around, you could read about why these pieces of artwork were there.
You did a really great job. That's what's so unique, because you could look at the photograph, at the labels, and you can see what the artist is, and talk a little bit about the artist. So you're not just looking at a painting, you're getting to know the artist.
And yeah, art is the artist's soul.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So yeah, so we just, I don't know, when do you think we should do a little bit of walk around? Show the work?
We can, or if you want to say for the afterglow for a tree for our viewers that are on Facebook Live.
Maybe we can, I don't know, we can maybe walk around a little bit, I just want to show you some of the work we have here.
Okay. Unplug the power.
Yes.
So like I said, well, the way the exhibit is kind of set up is it's in sections. This area that you hear now is kind of the abstraction section. There's several different just beautiful pieces. This piece is by a local artist, Warren Wells. He's one of the Detroit Fine Arts Breakfast Club members, and his pieces, to me, it was reminiscent of Keith Haring. He has kind of that Keith Haring flair going on there.
Yeah, so the colors are so vibrant.
Yes. This is a diptych. If you don't know what a diptych is, it's usually two pieces of artwork that are meant to hang side by side or together. And you can see how there's a continuity from one piece to the other. And this piece is by an artist called Lisa Goodert, and it's called Becoming Athena. Over here's another piece of artwork by one of my favorite artists, Carol Reed.
Yes.
She has such a distinct style. This is her pieces called Lavender Cows and Gray Trees. She kind of has this abstract quality, but it's back to nature.
Yeah.
And it's just such
Kind of, when she tells you the story, you kind of feel it.
right.
You
As soon as
feel
I
it.
always just
Yeah.
love seeing her work.
Yes. You take
Around the corner, this way. Oh, let me talk about this piece real quick. This is interesting. This person decided to submit an entire book. Her name is Rohi Marshall, and she has this whole book. She has decided to go around and interview elders from all around the country, and she takes their picture and she writes stories about each of the elders. And it's such a very interesting, just wonderful book, and she is such an interesting person. Look out for her. She's gonna be doing some
And I
great
had the
things.
pleasure of meeting her
Yes,
on
you did.
Saturday, and I had a great conversation. It was so, this is a must-have book.
Yes.
And just to meet her, and she talked about all the people that she met.
Yeah.
It was just,
Yeah.
I was
She's-
like, whoa, I'm
Yeah.
like, this
She
is
has
amazing.
really met some really just incredible elders.
And you're talking, this is like a legacy.
Yeah.
This is like the legacy of the people that will always live on forever and ever and ever.
Yeah. and she's getting ready to start her second book now.
Where is she?
Yeah, and she's going to interview some local elders here too. So
That's great.
look out for her.
Watch out.
This section in here is kind of our photography section, and we have some really great photography. Although I shouldn't say, because there's a couple things that aren't photography, but I thought it was photography
Really?
when we did it. This piece here. Let's talk about this one. When this person submitted their piece, they sent in a photograph, and I read that it was a pen and ink drawing. I emailed the person back saying, you sent in the wrong piece. You sent in the actual photo reference. And he said, no, that's the pen and ink. And then when you look at it, you're
looks like
just
a
totally
photograph.
amazed and think there's a photograph. But it's all done with dots. It's pointillism.
Maybe we can get a close. I don't know how close we can get. It is just, wow. I know, I seen that and I'm going, I don't know how long, how many dots. And I wonder how many times maybe he moved up and put a dot in the wrong place.
Yes. The artist's name is David Prescott. And then we have some other artists. There's Michael Madigan. He has a very interesting technique. He calls it chromogenic monoprint, where he actually he takes and he combines bunches of photographs together to create a piece. But then he actually removes all the color from the photograph and brings it in and puts color where he wants it to be. And when you look at it really close, it almost looks like a paint by number portrait.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see it very well in there, but it's just a very interesting technique. There's another piece of his over here.
Is this a self-portrait?
No, it's not a self-portrait.
Okay.
This is just like I said, it's one that he's created. He grabs a whole bunch of different
Just people.
photo references and puts a whole bunch of different things together. So
This is just so depictive of Detroit.
yeah, this
The
is definitely
building?
a Detroit shot.
Yeah, and it's
This
just like-
artist's name, his name is John Rodwin, I'm sorry, and he is just a wonderful, wonderful photographer. In fact, he has a great photography book that's for sale in the Hannon Center K-Rock Gallery gift shop.
It's just a very depicting, you know, see the Fisher Building and stuff like that in the background.
So I think cool. If we could go over to the other side over here, I can show you a little bit.
Okay, we're going to be taking fast. Hello, we are at Wjzz Cool TV, getting down and talking dirty. And you know, if you guys, I don't know if you can call. It's 313. We can't call. Okay, I didn't know they put the number out there. So this is Get Down and Dirty Talking Art with Wjzz Cool Jazz TV.
Chat us.
Chat. Oh yes, you guys can put comments on. And also, we are here Facebook Live, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Please comment, like, and share. So I'm here with Debbie LaPratt, and we have Richard Wjzz, and we're at the K-Rod Gallery. So we're just doing a little walkthrough and let everybody see what's kind of going on. So,
Good.
All right, and we have Kalima behind the camera.
Good.
She's doing a great job.
Excellent.
Don't fall.
I'm trying to kind of glide around.
All right.
Alrighty.
You guys are getting a little visual
Alrighty.
tour.
So this area over here is kind of all about people, and it's really cool. But one of my absolute favorite paintings is done by this artist. His name is Richard Halperin. I just love the way he paints. He has such a definite style, and there's such a wonderful humor to the way he paints and his composition. This painting is called No Refills, and
They're like, come on, we want more.
it's just hilarious. From the expressions that he puts on people, just to the way he decides to show people, it's just always so interesting. And if I were you, I would follow him on Facebook because he has some really cool stuff. And then there's Rosemary Summers, another Detroit Fine Arts Breakfast Club, who's just like one of the most prolific artists I know.
She's amazing. She's just constantly creating and always coming up with some really, I just love watching her. And
Yeah.
her uniqueness and her style.
And she has so many styles too.
It is.
She
it
seems, and
is.
she seems to
We just
excel
love her
in
work.
every single one.
Rosemary Summers. Yeah.
This is kind of her take on a Picasso, and you definitely get that feel, but you also feel Rosemary in this.
Oh,
It's her
definitely.
color choices.
Yes.
It's hers. It's definitely.
And these
her
are all
style.
acrylics, would you not
These
say?
are all
Yes,
acrylics,
yes, yes. You know, she's just amazing. So this one is very interesting.
Yeah, this is kind of Sylvia Labelle is just one of my favorite people in general. I love her. She's a Breakfast Club member, and she has this kind of outsider art type person. She does art like this, but she also loves to incorporate natural things in her art. Like she'll do art with seeds and make like the hair of somebody made out of seeds, or she always has these little creative
She
little.
thinks
spins
outside
to
the
it.
box.
Yes.
Thinks way outside the
Way
box.
outside
which is
the box.
Really cool. Very, very nice.
And she's so
And this
good.
is like on wood, and then it's got like
Yeah.
a resin on it.
Yeah, she's a resin, and this resin for her is kind of one of her first times trying this resin, and I think she did a great
She did a
job.
great
with that
job.
technique.
It's a
Yeah,
beautiful
because putting that resin on is really hard.
Yeah.
To get it that smooth.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, everybody.
Oh, this
Okay.
artist, Victoria Hart. This piece is really interesting, Victoria Hart. But the real thing I wanted to mention about Victoria Hart is last year she was one of our top 3 winners in the Emerge
Yes,
competition. So
yes, yes.
I think that
Doesn't she have that? That's kind of her style.
Yeah, that's
her style. Yeah.
it's a very interesting beautiful piece, and I like it because it's kind of about science and technology, and and girl power and all that great stuff. It's greatness. Good. And then of course there's Marta. What can you say about Marta? I mean,
Marta is our Spanish artist, and she has just some amazing, amazing paintings. She paints. We never know what Marta's going to come with. She amazes us every time she paints. This is one of her. This would be like a watercolor with like acrylic over it type of thing. I love how she does the face and adds different colors to it, and it just makes it look so great.
and just her beautiful personality always comes out in her.
Yes, yes.
And over here we have Shirley Lawless, who is very dear to me because she is one of our participants at Hannon Center. Hannon Center has art classes and all kinds of classes in addition to the social work that we do. And Shirley has been taking art classes at Hannon for quite a while.
That's so cool. That
Yeah.
she actually takes classes here.
And so, and this is just one of these. She's a traveler, so she gets inspired by all the
different-
places that she travels.
This is so cool. And this?
And then Nathan Spratt.
Oh,
Nathan Spratt.
yes.
He is such a good artist.
Oh, yes.
And he is a truck driver who carries his canvases and paints with them
Yes.
on the road. He's
Yes.
always on the road.
Yes.
But every night he is painting. And I bet you he'll paint 3 or 4 paintings a week.
Yes, yes. Because we interviewed him, when we asked him, we said, Nathan, are you driving down in your, he calls it not a truck, he calls it his rig.
Yeah.
I said, what are you doing over there, painting? He goes, well, no, he said, go to the hotels. We said, if they are in a lot of traffic, they'll start sketching.
Yes.
Yeah. He's an amazing, amazing artist, Yes.
Some really cool things.
So thank you, everyone. I'm glad we got this little tour. So we're gonna maybe show you one more really unique piece.
Oh, yeah, let's go to let's find the pirate.
The pirate. Kind of get a little view of what's kind of see. You guys can all come on down and see us. This is the pirate.
So this piece is by an artist, Erica Champus, and it's gotten a lot of attention since the exhibit's been up because everybody is really just fascinated. Not only is she an incredible painter, I mean, the detail of this painting is so neat. But I don't know if you can see it on camera, but she has these 3-dimensional details. These are actually real buttons. This is real.
Is that real lace? I was going to
Real
ask.
lace. Real buttons, and up top she has crystals that kind of show the constellations up top, and it's
It's like you can actually feel it, like he's over here and he's on the Great Lakes or he's on the ocean, and he's looking up at the massive stars and everything. The constellations that is up there.
So many people get stopped when because it's the first thing you see when you walk into the Canning or the K. Wright Gallery.
Yes.
And so it's just nice that so many people stop
So is this
and
an
talk
acrylic?
about this.
Is this an acrylic or is this an oil?
It's acrylic.
Okay. I mean, you can just see the brightness of the colors and just it is it's a piece of, what size is this, would you say?
It is 36 by 48.
So it's a really
So it's a large
powerful,
piece.
powerful piece. Very, very powerful.
Nice.
All right.
Would you like to
like
want to go out into the lobby?
We can.
want to?
We can.
Let's
Seems
go.
like you're having
I want to show
fun.
them that. I want to show you the piece of the gentleman that I was saying, who's I think he's 84 years old.
Oh, yes.
This
yes.
piece is just totally amazing.
So
This
what-
is our hand in lobby,
This is the
which
lobby.
I tend to use every single place to put art I can. So
I'm waiting for him to put them on the ceilings next.
you know what? In the November-December timeframe, we're going to have a fabric art show. I bet you there'll be some art on the ceiling.
That's right, you were saying that. You're going to have the
Nice.
fabric. I'm very excited to see that.
So actually, over here, let's go here real quick, because I want to talk about this painting, and I have a special kind of thing about this painting here. This is by an artist who's a Detroit Fine Arts Breakfast Club member, Lulu Cameron.
Yes.
And this painting is, to me, it's just so beautiful. But the thing that really I have this special thing is I own one of the studies that she did for creating this painting.
Really?
How
How exciting.
Lulu does several studies usually. There's much smaller.
And then she takes
she
it.
brought it to the Breakfast Club one
Right.
time, and I said,
Right.
I want to buy that. And so
Why does a person do like what they call studies?
I never they're
understood.
trying to work out a few things. When a person is doing a study of a painting, they're maybe trying to work out a section to see how the colors blend
Okay,
together,
okay.
or trying to figure out the ratios and sizes of different objects.
Do they usually do it kind of small?
So
or
it's
do-
usually small. Like I think my study is only like 12 by 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this painting here is 48 by 36.
Okay, I never understood why they did studies. I
Yeah.
was just, that's really interesting. I didn't know,
Yeah.
It's a really.
And Lulu is really
Oh,
into
she's
their
a
studies.
great
Yeah.
person. She's just a great
Yeah.
person. Now we're going down the hallway.
Yeah, so now we're gonna go down the hallway.
Down the hallway.
You can see some really wonderful paintings. This is a really great musical piece by Charlene Walton.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's called In the Key of D.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's a fun piece.
Who's on the river? I can see the.
Yeah. But I really want to show you this piece down here. Oh, there's a couple of other music pieces down here too. One's by an artist, Pat McLemore, and the other one is by another artist, both Breakfast Club members, Pat Baker or Patricia Baker.
Yes.
So it's fun. But the piece that I really, really want to show you is right here.
Wow.
This
is
piece,
the gentleman?
Yes, this piece is by John Shed. And he came in with this piece. It was so big. It's taller than him. He's kind of a short little guy. But it is just such a wonderfully executed piece. And I think that I just wanted it to be, and when you walk in our door, that when you look this way, you see this piece. When you look that way, you see the pirate. So I just thought that they
Yeah.
just kind of
Really, yeah.
announced the exhibit really, really, really well.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of I just forgot the name of the artist I wanted to say. I'll think of it in a minute. But it reminds his style reminds me of just another artist. I don't know if you noticed too. It looks like she's
She
pregnant.
looks like
to
she's
me.
pregnant.
Yeah,
I've
like
seen that
everybody thinks that.
before.
And I think that maybe it makes it even more special.
Yeah, because I'm looking at that going, when I was here the other day, I'm going, she looks like she's pregnant. And it's a really great piece.
But it's a beautiful.
It is a beautiful
Yeah.
piece.
Oh, I was thinking it reminds me of David Hockney. His style does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I love all the
Just
undertones.
every piece, you just get such a great explanation.
This artist is really interesting too. Her name is Rosalind Rhodes, and she does some figurative art But she also, in the summer, she does plein air art, which is painting outdoors. So she'll do lots of landscapes and stuff. So she's just really good, really
like this.
beautiful. She picks really great colors and mixes them really well.
It's kind of muted, but it's really the colors and just the way everything kind of blends together. And it looks like almost somebody's like running and they're holding the thing, and you can see the cityscape a little bit in the background. And, so this is more of a, this is an acrylic too.
Yeah, this one's oil.
Oh, that's oil.
This is oil.
Okay. It's very unique.
A lot of movement.
There's a couple more Warren Wellses here also. Like I said, if you know the artist, it's definitely a Warren Wells project. It has this elements that Keith Haring had. Keith Haring did urban graffiti, and it was mostly people in New York City, and this is definitely kind of has that feel to me.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, this is Ida Hawkins.
You guys show Nina.
Oh, yes. This is beautiful.
Ida Hawkins, and this is her Nina Simone, which is really kind of just a very fun piece. I love
Come
the
on
green
this side here.
background and the Nina lemon earrings.
And Ida Hawkins was an educator, and now she is an artist, and she taught art for many years. And stuff. She's a very amazing artist.
Now she's retired and living her best life.
Yeah, living the dream. Okay. Hey, everybody, guess what? We're having a break. We're at Wjzz Cool TV. You can find us on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook Live. And also, this is Get Down and Dirty Talking Art. I'm Debbie LaPratt, and this is Richard Reeves. And behind the cameras is our wonderful Colibri, my co-host, but she's holding the computer today. So I want to thank everybody. We are at the Hannon Center, and we're just doing a little bit of art, and we're talking about the great show, the Emerge Art Show. So this is going on till when?
Oh, the show will be up until August the 29th. And on August the 7th, we will have okay, actually, I like to say one thing. We have part of the art show is a People's Choice vote. So you can go to emergeartfestival.com and you can see all the artwork and vote. You can vote once a day for each of them, but you can continue to vote. And in the end, on August the 7th, there'll be an award ceremony where we'll give a People's Choice Award, but then we also have a juror who will give a first, second, and third place award.
So vote. So you want to say the website again?
Yes, it's emergeartfestival.com.
So vote, and vote every day. You can vote for me too. I'm Debbie LaPratt. I just had to throw that in there. But vote for everybody.
If you forget the emergeartfestival.com, visit hannon.org, and you can also get to the link from that page.
And we'll also have it on our page too.
And if you want to be on the Hannon mailing list, go to the hannon.org website and give us your email address, and you'll hear about all the great exhibits that are coming up.
And all the fun stuff to come, and the great parties that we have here.
Yes.
All right.
May we see your work?
Well, we can show you my work. Okay.
Is that
Yeah.
possible?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. I think we only get to one of my pieces. Yeah. This is the great lobby. This is interesting. The doors. I like the doors. This really depicts the what this is. When you walk in, you see the pictures of the seniors.
Yeah, these laminates are new, part of our redecorating and getting ready for our grand reopening last week. We really kind of tried to do up the lobby.
It's kind of nice when you walk in. You feel comfortable. You don't just see white doors. You see seniors, which is it's just very neat. So
good.
Come on,
this way.
I'm going to show you some of my work.
Oh, this is a question that we're asking right now at the Hannon Center. What would you tell your younger self? So tell us in the comments if you can. Tell us what you would tell your younger self. If you were given the opportunity to talk to your younger self, what would you tell yourself?
That is a powerful statement. I love that.
What would you tell your younger self?
I don't know. Be happy. Do your dream. Live your life.
Yeah.
Just do what you love and love what you do.
I would say,
what do you say?
It's not over till it's over.
That's right. Not over. Yes. And Calibri, what would you say? She doesn't
Take
know.
a break.
Take a break. That is, I love that. I didn't even realize. That's very cool. Wow. Okay. All right. Should we do a drum roll? This happens to be one of my pieces. This is my triptych. And I want to tell you a story about a triptych. I was at an art show and I did this. Person comes in and they go, "You have a triptych look." And I didn't know what a triptych was. So I looked at the person, I says, "I didn't go to AAA to find this," because the old maps were triptychs. So they explained the whole thing is triptych. Isn't it something to do with like the church or something, the tri or something? I don't remember the whole history.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I never knew that part.
Yeah. And this is called my Midnight Collection. And it's just a collection that I love throughout Detroit. I run around the cities and I do impressions. I keep the history of the city of Detroit live. And I'm going to be on August 4th. I'm going to be on, I'm not sure what channel, but it'll be all about art, seats, and beats. And I also have the Belle Isle Art Fair coming up.
Very cool. Well, we're talking about Emerge right now.
Yeah, but I just want to throw that in. I'm very honored to be here, and I love this piece. And I also sign each one of my pieces with my fingerprint. So that's kind of my trademark.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's like when you buy it, you have some Debbie DNA.
You do. You got a lot of my DNA on it. So yes.
A lot of exciting things happening.
Yeah, this is also one of my favorite pieces too. It's so beautiful and tranquil.
It's very
It's
tranquil.
called Afternoon Tranquility, and it's just such a lovely piece. It's so well executed and just beautiful.
Wonderful. So what's next for Hannon
what's
Center?
next, Roger?
What's next for? My next exhibit is going to be about grandpas.
Oh, really?
So last year I did an exhibit on grandmas.
Yes.
And so the next one that's going to be coming up, and you should be getting, there should be a call for artists coming out really soon, is about grandpas. So I'm looking for artists to submit work that honors the grandfather.
It was a really great exhibition.
Yeah.
Yes. I even had my grandkids did it last year, the grandmas. Yeah.
And then after that, I will be working on an exhibit about fiber arts. It's going to be up for our holiday season, and it's going to be some of the best fiber artists in Detroit, in the Detroit area.
Yeah.
It's going to be really cool. It's going to be a fabulous exhibit.
Cool. Very cool. What should I have to ask you? Your glasses. We love your glasses. Talk to us about your glasses.
So, can you guess what my favorite color is?
Yellow.
Oh.
So ever since I was a little kid, yellow has always been my favorite color. I don't know why. I think it's just been so bright. Color. It makes it happy.
Yeah.
I think it looks good against my skin. So the last time when I decided to get some new glasses, I saw these yellow glasses. I ordered them online, and I said, I'm going to get these, and I got them. And then when the day that they delivered was a Breakfast Club day.
Okay.
And I didn't actually open them up till I got to Breakfast Club. So at Breakfast Club, I opened them up and I put them on, and I kept them on ever since. When I got these glasses, I got 3 other pairs of glasses. I don't think I've worn those glasses more than 2 or 3 times. I always wear these because anytime I wear the other pair, someone says, "Where are your yellow glasses?"
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm going to do when it's time for me to get new
We just
glasses.
get another pair of yellow glasses. You get another pair. And also, your hair. I love your hair. Your hair is it's so distinct. So tell us, how long have you had your hair?
So I've had dreads for probably about 15 years or so. I just started to let it grow, and I just like it. It's kind of, to me, I think just the natural style, and it fits you. Yeah, I just think it's good. I don't think about it. I don't think about it that much. It's really funny because people come up to me and say, "Oh, I like your hair," and I have to think, "Oh yeah, that's right. I have dreads." So I don't think about it. So.
That's cool.
So what else do you have?
Positive
What else, can you talk about? Huh?
Positive note.
Oh, how about a positive note?
A positive note. I think that, to me, the positive note is all the things that have kind of happened during COVID, that we kind of focus on the negative, but I think if you really sit and you think about a lot of how close COVID has brought people together. We've been so creative. Artists have really stepped outside the box and learned how to communicate with each other, even when you had to be separated.
Right.
That there's so many positive things that have come out of COVID. I mean, who would have thought that people would be doing their meetings on Zoom and being able to stay home and still be productive and doing things like that. So I think one of the things is that that we forget about is how some of the very positive things that come out of COVID.
Very good.
Yeah. And I like to focus on the positive as opposed to the negative. So, and I'm glad that we seem to be on, teetering on the end of it and everything. And I think that one of the best things that could happen is if we take the lessons we've learned throughout and learn to treat each other with respect and learn to deal and work with each other in however way that we can to become closer together. I think that's the way.
Great. Great note. So I want to just thank everybody for being here, everybody for watching, and Richard, our amazing host, taking us to the Hannon Center, K-Rod Gallery, and all the history. And watch out for the Grandpa exhibition coming up and the Fiber exhibition. And I want to thank everybody for getting down and dirty, talking art with Wjzz Cool TV.
And go vote.
Go vote. Good vote. Vote.
EmergeArtFestival.com.
Yes. Bye. Thank you. Bye.